Shalom all. I just had an interesting thought. I'm trying to make it this short one. As I passed by a church where I could hear them, talking on the microphone or the loudspeaker, whatever. And then I saw this church right around the corner, St. James Church of God, blah, 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 for sale. Got a for sale sign on there, right? So, and I'm just looking at all the graffiti and the closed down businesses, and the poverty and the crime and the sin. And I noticed that there's churches everywhere, and yet sin is rife. How there's so many Christian churches and pastors and prophets, especially in this area, and yet the poverty and sin is overwhelming, right? The cursings are overwhelming. How could the two possibly be one, or not one and the same problem? And that is to say that these are not Christians. A lot of them have fallen away, or they have rejected the Lord. They never believed, because this is their fruit. It's cursing, it's death, it's decay. How is that their fruit? How are the things that they have stewardship over and are touching and breathing on and speaking to dying? If you are not cursed, if you are not of the Lord, Yeshua, Jesus, or you are cursed because you are in disobedience and rebellion. That should be pretty obvious, and yet they won't admit the obvious truth. They won't say it. They won't admit it. They won't bear witness to it. They won't do anything about it. So, it's amazing how these people have all these ministries and money, and they have all this property and all these things, and yet their community is not thriving. It's not blessed. It's cursed. So, either you're Freemasonic and you're presenting to be Christian, like you're presenting to be Christian, but you're not. Right? And you're actually like a witch or warlock, whatever, cursing the community, right? Or you were never his, and you're claiming to be his, and so you don't have his authority, therefore you're not a quickened spirit that can breathe life into everything you touch and do, as the scriptures will say, right? Or you're in disobedience. And so now you're cursed, and so you couldn't possibly fix anything. You couldn't do anything about any of the sin and problems that are in this community or in this world right now. Why are there so many Christian churches, stuff in Africa and places like this all over, and yet it's cursed? Because they're worshiping, right, in vain. It's strange fire worshiping. They're worshiping a Jesus of their imagination, right? They're not worshiping the Father in spirit and in truth. They do not have the Holy Spirit, or it has been taken from them. Consider this.